Hey everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Real Estate. Hey, listen, I've been getting a couple questions lately from clients regarding financing, and I've talked quite extensively about financing in Belize in my other videos. And you can go back and look at those for more specifics regarding bank financing, developer financing, independent seller financing. But one of the issues that we've had come up a little bit more recently lately is when a buyer purchases a property through a financing deal, whether it be seller financing or developer financing, is that if then they want to go ahead and sell that property, okay, so for example, let me just use some rough numbers. You buy a property for uh, $50,000 and you put 10, 15, 20% down, and you're making payments now to the person that holds your mortgage, whether it be myself or a developer or a bank. All right. Let's say you are buying this property and 1 or 2 years go by, your situation changes, and you just want to sell the property either to upgrade and buy something else, or you just want to, eliminate your holdings in Belize and go off and do something else, invest somewhere else. All right. So now you put your property on the market. And what you now need to look for is a cash buyer for your property so that you can get that cash and pay off your note, your mortgage, with the person that holds your mortgage, and then you keep whatever's left. All right, makes sense. But the problem is you're looking for a cash buyer, and there are a lot more people that are looking for seller financing deals than are looking for cash deals. All right, so why is this becoming a little bit of an issue? Well, because sometimes the developer or the independent mortgage holder does not want to extend financing to a new buyer. You made this agreement with them between you and the mortgage holder. All right, so let's go back to this situation. You buy a lot for $50,000, you put 20% down, you're making payments. All right. If you want to sell that to someone else, then that someone else needs to find their own financing. And that's where it's not easy. So they need to either have a financing, for example, home equity loan, if they're in the United States or Canada, pull some cash out of their equity, pay you off in cash, or they're going to try to go to a bank in Belize, which is absolutely not easy, especially if you're a foreigner, or they're going to have to try to do something else. So that might be a question to ask when you're going under contract with somebody. You could ask them, is this mortgage transferable to a third party? Now, that third party could be a family member, a friend of yours, but ask the question. And if the answer is no, that's fine. You can still go ahead with the deal, but just keep in mind if in the future you want to sell and you haven't paid off your mortgage in full, then you're going to be looking for a cash buyer only because your original mortgage holder isn't willing or isn't able to extend financing to the new buyer. And I was explaining this to a client yesterday. It's just like in the United States. You know, if I buy a home in Michigan or in Florida and I go to PNC Bank, my bank, and I get a loan, and you know that home now, they have the mortgage on that home. I'm making payments to them. If I go to put that home in the open market and sell it, you know, PNC Bank isn't going to extend my current loan to any new buyers. They're going to have to go out and get their own financing. Well, easy enough in the States, not so easy in Belize. All right. So what you could do too, especially if you're buying a property with independent seller financing, you know, for example, if you buy one of my own personal lots, one of Steph and I's personal lots, and we are extending financing to you, and that financing is for a 5 or 10 year amortization, you could ask us, say, hey, Dennis, are you willing, if I were to sell this property, to take, the mortgage that I owe you and extend it to the new buyer? It depends. If that new buyer is qualified, if they meet the criteria, then absolutely I would like to do that. That's not a problem at all. However, that's not always the case. You know, for example, if we need those funds in our little war chest to go off and buy something else, then I might say, you know, I really do want the cash because, you know, we made this deal and the mortgage is sitting here now. And if you want to sell it, that's fine. You can sell it, but I want to be paid off in full so I can take advantage of other investment opportunities. And it depends on the market, depends on the time of year, depends on when this deal comes in. But I've done this several times where I've extended the mortgage opportunity to the new buyers. And this is just on the personal properties that I deal with. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Regarding seller financing, it's absolutely a great way to invest in Belize. It's a win-win for both parties because a lot of people that I deal with don't have a lot of cash right now up front, and they see prices are escalating pretty much all over Belize, and certainly certain hot spots of Ambergris Key. And this allows them to get in at today's prices, not only at the price that it is, but also the location. The location is even more important than the price because you want to be in the location that you want to be, whatever fits with your personality. So seller financing is good for the buyer. It allows them to get exactly the property they want in the area they want at today's prices. And oftentimes it's good for the seller as well, especially if they don't need a lot of upfront cash. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they have plans for that cash, but other times they don't. And then seller financing is a good way to go for the seller as well. Both parties are completely protected, and this works very, very well in Belize. So if you have any questions about seller financing in Belize, let me know. Put them in the comments below or email me. Be happy to jump on a call with you and explain a little bit more how this works. And other than that, have a great day. And hopefully you and your family and loved ones are enjoying some good times wherever you are in the world. And hope to see you in Belize real soon.